Welcome aboard, and thank you for tuning in once again to the Heavy Metal Truckers, where we give our thoughts and perspectives on all things heavy, even if you don't like it. We're your hosts. So, in this one, I cannot believe we're looking at this because, well, it's all things heavy, so I guess we are. This is Atreyu. They've apparently had some lineup changes over the past 15 years.
What band hasn't? There aren't many.
Get back to you.
Oh,
Behemoth.
I like how there's a long delay for like, oh wait, this one. I've always liked that the band they got their name from the Neverending Story, so that's always been cool to me. But
They
as for the
certainly
song,
are the never-ending story.
yeah. As for the song, I didn't hate it. I wouldn't say I loved it either. It was okay. There were things I liked about it, like the riff I thought was decent. His clean vocals sounded pretty good, but at the same time kind of cookie cutterish, if that makes any sense.
Oh, it does.
But overall, it was all right. I'm not going to sit here and say it was bad, but I didn't. It's not something I would regularly go listen to. Normally listen to every.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to Atreyu in like 15 years.
This is the last thing you heard from them. Back and forth, the trouble consumes us all.
The last song I heard by them was Lip Gloss and Black.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow. Showing our age there.
It definitely sounds different than way back when. There were aspects of the song I enjoyed. There were definitely aspects of the song that I wasn't fond of. In modern metalcore, I typically do like the little bit of a slowdown within some of the songs, but this one I don't think worked for me. I don't think it worked. I did enjoy the guitar riff. I wasn't the biggest fan of the distorted vocals. The cleans were decent. Just, I don't know. There was just something off about it for me. Probably wouldn't listen to the song again. But, I mean, I don't know. There's... yeah. I really don't know what else I could say to that. So...
Keep in, Christian.
Give me just a moment. My bad.
No. I'm just kidding.
The longer he takes, the more he has to cut out.
Oh, no. So, obviously, I knew about Atreyu many, many, many moons ago. And to be quite frank, I preferred the cleans back then. Just because that guy, I don't know his name to be honest, but he had a hell of a voice. Just mainly just the control he had was phenomenal. The screaming was per almost every fucking metalcore group back then. So I mean, and of course back then we all thought it was really not awesome and cool because you yourself, it was like there was only maybe a few handful of people you knew that could do it, that go along with it. So it's kind of fun to try. But these days it's screaming in that sense is just kind of gotten a bit stale, because despite the fact that I don't particularly care for experimentation, or I'm not the biggest fan of it in some aspects, I believe it's required in this now, because something gets so overdone that you have to experiment with particular sounds or whatever to keep things a little bit interesting. Cue Travis Ryan entitled Decapitation. Like that dude, he experiments, he just does whatever he can with his voice to see what interesting thing as he said in an interview, just doing something different to see what interesting thing can come out of me. And it works for him because he's made it very intriguing. Still hands down one of the best vocalists in my opinion.
I'll say Travis definitely is.
Yeah. But I can't lie and say that even for the last track that I was able to focus completely. From what I did catch, it's just, it was decent for what it was. Like, it wasn't terrible by any means. It's just, I'm not even sure I'd go to the extent of calling it weak. It's just
cookie cutter.
Maybe within that realm. Just it almost feels like older guys that are trying to keep something alive from 40 years ago, and it's just not working out for them. Like,
there's nothing that was memorable about it.
Yeah, like there's nothing really that was memorable about it. And I mean, like, there's some stuff, there's some material that you can keep going alive just because you're able to make it fascinating or make it intriguing, or you're just so damn good at what you do that you can keep going on about it. But this one I don't believe so much. I honestly don't care to hear it again, just because, one, it's not my wheelhouse, and two, just for me, there are groups that are doing what they are trying to do better, and it's like they had their prime, and they had whenever they were phenomenal. I just personally think they're a little bit past that point. But I mean, if they can prove me wrong, if they can prove me wrong in other material, then by all means, maybe they can. But for this particular track, not really. So, we apologize for anyone that is a fan of this. Please leave your hate mail below like you typically do. But until then, guys, thank you for watching anyway. And of course, fight us down in the comments. Until next time, whether musically, lyrically, or literally, keep rolling heavy.